Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I'm going to be doing this look right here using all affordable products. Now I know affordability means different things to different people, but unless you're planning to elope, I'm pretty sure you can invest in these products by saving up over a period of time. And anyway, makeup is something you should invest in, especially if you're going to be getting married, because it's not about that one day. There's so many things that will keep on coming up. Also, make sure if you are going to be doing your own makeup, you practice well in advance. Start practicing on your face. I would say minimum a month in advance so that you know exactly what you want to be going for on that day and you don't mess up or screw up, which you probably still will because of the nervousness and all, but still you have some practice going on. So yes, I don't want to make this intro super long. Without any further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, we're gonna start off with some skincare because skincare is super important. I'm using this Jeva charcoal mask, which is not only one of my favorite affordable masks, but my favorite masks overall. I'm just gonna apply it all over my face and wash it off once it dries down to just, get clearer, better looking skin. Post that face mask, I'm going to tone my skin with this Indulgeo mist and I'm just going to spritz it all over my face. This is quite refreshing and amazing for the skin. Now I'm going to be using an eye cream because we are going in with heavy eye makeup. I'm just going to dot it on my under eye and then I'm going to spread it around and pat it into my skin for maximum moisture. This step is essential if you want to make your under eyes look good underneath the concealers and the powders. For my face, I'm using the Hydra Fresh Genius by Loreal, and again I'm first just going to dot it all over my face and blend it into the skin and pat it down. So by the time we come to the foundation, all of this moisturizer would be seeped into our skin. Then I'm using Nivea's lip balm and I'm just gonna prep my lips up for all of the lipstick that's gonna come up next. Using NYX's micro brow pencil, I'm gonna start penciling out my brows. So I'm just gonna make an outline first of where I want my brows to be, and then I'm just gonna go in the direction of the hair growth, and in very small flicks I'm just gonna fill in into my brows. I like to comb out my brows with every step that I do so that I know exactly all of the sparse gaps that I have. So here I'm just combing them out, and once I comb them out, I'm going to go back in with my pencil and fill in all of the gaps that are still left. This way you don't go overboard at all. Then I'm going to set it down with the help of Essence Make Me Brow. This will also ensure that my brows have the fullness because it has fibers in it. So I'm going to start in the middle of my brow for maximum coverage, and when there is lesser product, I'm going to apply it on the front of my brow. So yeah, the brows are done. Moving on to the concealer. Next we're using PAC Spotlight Concealer, and I'm just going to first carve out my brows. For that I'm placing excess concealer on the lid, and then when my brush doesn't have a lot of concealer, I'm going to carve out my brows like that. I'm going to blend it down onto my eyelids, which will prime my eyelids for all of the eyeshadow that's going to come up next. Also ensure you cover up your inner corners really nicely, because then it's going to be an issue once you have to do your foundation, because then you have to go really near to your eye makeup. Just making sure that my eyebrows are clean and tidy from the top as well. So I'm just ensuring that right here by carving them out again just like that and blending out the concealer so there's not a lot of product in one place. Using Fit Me from Maybelline, I am just gonna set my eye area because I don't want it to crease. Now generally a lot of people like to go with the sticky base. My eyelids crease really quickly, so I like to set it. Using PAC eyeshadow boxes, the Ultimate Shadow Box. This is the warm variant. I'm using a brown shade and I'm making a C shape on my eyelid, like you can see right here. Like, it's a little difficult to explain, so you need to see this part. I did go in with a couple of layers to get to the intensity I want it to be, and once I have the intensity, I'm using this orangey shade and I'm gonna blend the outer corners with a very small circular motion, like you can see right here. And I'm just making sure that all of these eyeshadows are contained, and you have to go in with a couple of layers, not because these are not pigmented, but because I was picking a very less color in one go, as I wanted to control how my eyeshadows look. I'm also flicking it out in a wing like that. Then using this very soda-ish orangey color, I am just gonna make sure that the outer corners and everything is nicely blended out and there are no harsh edges whatsoever. I'm just intensifying the brown right here. You have to go back and forth with a couple of eyeshadows to get to the intensity you want it to be. Using another variant of the Ultimate Shadow Box because I was missing a little bit of red in the look, I'm picking up the red shade from this one and I'm just placing it in between the brown and the orange just to get a little bit of redness going right there. So I'm just blending it out, and I'm using very small brushes because I want very precise application right here. I'm also bringing it on down on my outer corner again, just for a little bit of dimension. Using the same concealer, I'm going to cut my crease. And the way I like to cut my crease is apply a little bit of concealer and look up so that it marks where my concealer needs to be very slightly. And then I go slowly, I take my time with this step, and I just gradually ensure that my cut crease is as sharp as I want it to be. And once your cut crease is where you would like it to be, you just want to move on to your shadow. For me, this is going to be the gold foiled eyeshadow, and I'm just going to place it all over where I have the concealer on. It's a gorgeous foiled eyeshadow. I have not wetted my brush. This is just dry eyeshadow. Then I'm using the brown shade to just blend out the outer corners to make it into a half cut crease. I don't want a full cut crease, I want a half cut crease. So I'm just blending it into the gold and back into my outer corners just to get a very nice gradient effect going on. I also wanted a little bit of sparkle and glitter into my look, so I'm using this TF Beauty pressed glitter eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna apply it very sparsely. I'm using a very light hand so that I just have very few specks of glitter on my eyes. And once that is done, I'm going to use this Blue Heaven makeup remover wipe, and I'm just going to remove any fallout, any glitter particles, anything that has made my face not super clean, and I'm just getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of excess concealer as well, and moving on to the primer, which is the Dewy Luminizer primer by Wet n Wild. I'm just gonna apply it all over my face. This is such a gorgeous primer, especially if you are looking for a bridal primer, because it will just ensure it has a nice glow to your skin. I'm using the NYX Total Drop Control foundation. I'm actually going to be mixing two colors because I thought this would be my shade, but it was a slightly darker shade. So I'm just adding a slightly lighter shade now, and surprisingly it made such a perfect bang on color for my skin. I was so happy with the color. I'm just blending it out with a sponge to ensure my skin has beautiful coverage. This foundation again is great for bridal purposes because it does not have any flashback, has full coverage, and is very light on the skin, doesn't look cakey. It's just very nice. You just need to know how to work your way around it. A first couple of tries can be a little tricky. Using the same concealer, I'm just gonna conceal my under eyes, brighten them up. I'm also carving out my nose, as you saw right there. So I'm just first gonna apply it on my under eyes and then on the corners of my nose as well. And I'm just gonna apply it on the centers of my face. Now this concealer does tend to dry down really quickly, so you don't want to wait that long with it, and you just want to start blending it out as soon as you apply it. So I'm just blending it out with my sponge, first with the tip of my sponge and then with the butt of my sponge, to just make sure it is nicely blended into the foundation as well and there are no harsh demarcations. Now I'm blending my under eyes out, and yeah, that is literally what I'm doing right here. Once that is done, you just want to set your under eyes. I'm using the same Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. I'm also setting all of the other I'm actually going to be setting the whole face today. I know that's not something I generally do, but I am setting my face very lightly today because I love the powder. Then using Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze, I am going to be carving out my cheekbones, and today I used a little bit of different method. So I'm just applying this on my cheekbones right here, but then I'm going to take it up towards my blush area, as you can see me doing right here. I will further blend it into my jawline as well, just to make sure there is no double chin action going on. Then taking my blush, I'm going to be using the deeper shade because it goes with my eyes, and I'm going to apply it on the apples of my cheek and then blend it into the contour that I've applied on my cheekbone area, and it looks so gorgeous. Then I'm using the Wet n Wild highlighter, and it was a gorgeous highlighter, don't get me wrong, but I just felt I needed a little bit more gold for this look. So I'm using Face's Ultime Pro highlighter, and I'm just topping it off with that, and that was so much better. It is so much more going with my complexion as well. It goes a lot with my complexion is what I meant to say. But yes, I'm going to apply it on the tip of my nose as well as on the bridge of my nose, just the half of bridge of my nose. And then I'm going to apply it on the starting points, above the starting points of my eyebrows, on my forehead, and also on my cupid's bow. I'm using a smaller brush next up and using the same highlighter for my inner corners as well as for my brow bone, just to highlight both of them up as well. I'm next going to be moving on to my lower lash line. I'm going to be using the darker brown shade first and just smoking out my lower lash line, and then using the red, just making sure it's not super harsh and slightly blended out. Using Maybelline HyperInk liner, I'm just going to be making a wing liner. This is going to be a map for me for where I want my liner to be. Like, I'm actually going to be drawing my liner, but you know, I'm going to be smoking it out. So this is my map. Using Maybelline's Gel Liner, I'm going to line my waterline. I would highly suggest if you are going to be doing your own bridal makeup and you want to wear kajal, wear a gel liner. It lasts way longer. And then I'm also going to be tight lining because it just helps ensuring everything looking very tight together. Using a smudger brush and the same gel liner, I'm going to smudge my wing liner on the top lash line, just a tiny bit. Using Colorbar's Zoom and Whoosh mascara, I am just going to be applying it on my top and bottom lashes for prepping them for false lashes. And for my false lashes, I actually used these henna lashes and they make such a huge difference, as you can see right here. Then I'm going to move on to my lips. I'm using this Lakme Absolute Argan Oil lipstick and I'm just going to be applying it all over my lips. I'm going to be layering lipsticks, and if you're wondering why is that, it's because A, you get your perfect color, and B, they last longer together better because both of the properties mix in. So I'm using Maybelline's Color Jolt Matte, one of my favorite formulations. I'm just going to be applying it all over my lips again, and that's it. With that, we finished this tutorial. I honestly really like this look. I really like how this look has turned out. And I hope you guys did as well. And if you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. Also, let me know if you'd like to see more bridal looks because I would love to do them for you guys. And I will see you guys next time. Till then, take care. Mwah. Bye.